Welcome to today's Explainer. If you work in a high-intensity clinical environment, you already know that managing equipment can sometimes feel just as complex as managing actual patient care. It's a lot. Well, today, we are exploring a really brilliant, tailor-made digital solution called OCTOPUS. It's an AI-assisted dialysis management system, and it is completely transforming how healthcare professionals track and manage critical equipment right there on the floor.
But here's the coolest part, and honestly what makes this whole system so incredibly unique. It wasn't developed in some distant corporate IT department by people who've never set foot in a hospital. Not at all. It was actually built from the bottom up by Max Cizin. Max is a registered nurse, a clinical instructor, and a shift supervisor in a nephrology unit. Because he's right there on the front lines, he deeply understands the intense, chaotic dynamics of a dialysis unit. The frequent patient turnovers, the constant changes in machine status, and that heavy burden of manual documentation. He saw a massive operational need and just decided to solve it himself.
So, you're probably wondering, how exactly does a frontline nurse build a complex software system? Well, Max didn't actually have a formal programming background. Instead, he used artificial intelligence as his dedicated development partner. By pairing his deep, first-hand nursing expertise with AI tools, he was able to accelerate the coding, refine the logic, and completely design the user interface. Basically, AI acted as the bridge. It translated his real-world clinical requirements into a functioning, tailor-made digital solution that actually speaks the language of the nursing staff. Okay, let's dive into this. What we're looking at is the actual OCTOPUS dashboard. It's a highly visual, web-based system that gives you real-time visibility for the entire unit. You can clearly see the rooms, the stations, and the exact status of every single dialysis machine, whether it's in service, in repair, or completely off-site. Instead of relying on messy whiteboards, fragmented communication, or just, hoping someone remembers where a machine went, this dashboard creates a digital, single source of truth. Everyone on the team, nurses, technicians, support staff, can look at it and instantly know the exact layout of the floor.
And actually using the system, it's incredibly seamless. OCTOPUS uses a super intuitive drag-and-drop functionality. So, to move a device, a staff member simply clicks on the machine's card, drags it to the new room or station, and drops it. That's literally it. In a single second, the location is updated across the entire network. This entirely eliminates those tedious manual logs and all the logistical friction of trying to figure out where equipment went. It really allows the clinical staff to return their focus exactly where it belongs, which is on direct patient care.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how the system handles patient safety and infection control. OCTOPUS includes this absolutely groundbreaking feature called Deep Trace. What Deep Trace does is transform the dialysis machine from just a passive piece of equipment into an active monitoring tool. It essentially stores a precise, time-stamped digital fingerprint of the last 10 locations for every single machine on the floor. So why is that digital fingerprint so crucial? Well, think about it. If a healthcare-associated infection is suspected, we're talking things like CRE, VRE, MRSA, or C. diff. Epidemiological teams usually have to endure this grueling manual investigation just to figure out where a single machine has been. But with Deep Trace, they can instantly look back at a clear timeline and reconstruct a device's movement retrospectively. This allows for lightning-fast mapping of any potential exposures. That means the staff can immediately initiate targeted isolation and cleaning protocols to stop cross-infections right in their tracks. It is truly a life-saving capability. Beyond the safety and efficiency, this also brings up a major operational advantage, and that's financial savings. Traditional hospitals so often rely on purchasing these incredibly expensive, rigid commercial IT infrastructures, or they get locked into hardware-dependent tracking systems. But OCTOPUS proves that a clinician-led, AI-supported development approach can actually give you a highly flexible, tailor-made digital system at a fraction of the cost. It totally bypasses the massive budgets usually required for customized tech, delivering a solution that fits the exact workflow of the department perfectly. Because of all this, the clinical accuracy, the obvious cost-effectiveness, and its ability to dramatically improve patient safety, the OCTOPUS software comes highly recommended. It is just an incredibly powerful tool for nursing teams who need a more intuitive daily workflow, for medical professionals who are managing infection control, and definitely for hospital managers and administrators looking to optimize operations and reduce massive overhead costs. To wrap things up, OCTOPUS is a perfect example of how empowering frontline staff with AI can lead to immediate, significant digital innovation. The future of healthcare technology isn't just being written in Silicon Valley anymore. It's being written by the very people delivering the care. For details and collaboration, please contact Max Cizin directly at +972 52 530 7639. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer.